Hey, thanks for tuning in to Grow by Joe. In this video, I'm going to talk about large lines of credit and why they are an important tool for your growth in your business and why they've been such a great tool to help other large companies really grow and scale. All right, so understanding lines of credit, you have bank line of credit and then you have non-bank lines of credit. Banks are going to always want three pieces of collateral, and that's going to be B2B receivables, inventory, or real estate and or hard machinery equipment, right? So B2B receivables are assets, so if you're selling the Walmart, Target, those B2B receivables can be leveraged and you can get a line of credit against them. If you don't hold inventory, if you don't have equipment and real estate, and you don't have B2B receivables, right there alone, a bank is probably not going to work for you. You're going to have to be so profitable that a bank really loves you. You really work the relationship with a local bank. They get your business. They're all about lending locally, and your business is extremely profitable or you don't need the money. Then a bank will probably consider working with you. Or you can look at an SBA product, but that's not typically a line of credit. Banks look for money on your balance sheet, retained earnings, and then they want to have those assets, which are receivables, inventory, equipment, or real estate, right? You may have all the assets, but if you don't have profitability, because you're growing really fast, you don't have retained earnings, you still might have an issue at a bank. If you look beyond that, you would look at a non-bank lender. If you're non-B2B receivables, you don't have inventory, you don't have equipment, there are non-bank lenders that'll look at purely just your cash flow. Most B2B line of credit lenders that are non-bank will lend against your receivables, and they'll typically give you anywhere from 80 to 90% of your receivables. As your business grows, as you book more receivables, usually the line of credit will ever expand against those receivables. Separately, if you don't have the B2B receivables, the inventory, the equipment, machinery, or real estate, then you can look at a line of credit that would just work off of your cash flow. Now, the most important thing when you're working with a non-bank lender, even if you have real estate or inventory, the lenders really want to see that AR or that account receivables B2B only, inventory, equipment, and machinery. But really the most important part of that equation is the AR, is having B2B AR, B2B receivables. Now, if you don't have B2B receivables, even if you have the inventory and equipment, the receivables actually matter the most. So if you don't have that, you're like, I sell direct to consumer, I don't have B2B receivables, I don't have equipment, I don't have inventory, that's okay. There are large line of credit options that are through lenders that only look at cash flow. Now, there's only like a handful of these lenders in the US that do this really good, that can get into the multi-million-dollar line of credit range, and also have great terms and rates. But what those lenders are going to look at are your cash flow. So it's really important here. You want to make sure that you're keeping your financials in order and up to date, because lenders are going to need those to underwrite you. And obviously, the more profitable you are, the better. Now, some of these lenders, if you're breaking even or making a small profit, they'll still work with you. But obviously, managing your financials is really important. And why I talk about this is a lot of times what I see are business owners have growth plans. They want to build out big tech. They want to do a bunch of hiring. And they're like, I don't want to borrow any money. I don't want to raise equity. I'm just going to go do it all off my business's cash flow. Now, I'm not knocking that, but be careful with that, because I've seen so many businesses that come to us after the fact. They've ripped through all the money in their business and a build out that went longer than expected, especially with technology, and their profit has gone down a lot. It's never the best situation to go to a lender when things are going down. So when things are really good, you want to secure that line of credit up front and have a growth plan in place. The power of leverage and using a line of credit is extremely powerful, because if you're able to match your working capital along with banks' money and not give up equity or a non-bank lender's money, you can grow and scale even faster. And most importantly, you want to lock in that line of credit when things are really good. So keep that in mind, and you want to plan ahead for your growth. It's super, super important. More sales doesn't equal more success in your business. It can equal more challenges if you don't have your financing or capital in place to take on or take in a much larger customer or a big increase in business that your business doesn't have the current cash flow or liquidity in it to handle that next step up. So there are options out there, whether it's through a bank or through non-bank lenders. I hope you found this video helpful. I'm sure you have more questions. If you do, check out the link below. Get connected with my team. We can answer any questions. We can talk through your opportunity, your challenge. And a lot of times, challenges in your business are because of growth and opportunities. And it always makes sense to speak to a trusted financing partner that understands all these different products and can explain to you what may or may not make sense in your business. And most importantly, what you're going to get approved for or not approved for. And we can talk about all that stuff up front before you go down this long process of shopping around from lender to lender and driving yourself crazy. All right, thank you for tuning in to Grow by Joe. I hope you found this video helpful. Keep doing what you're doing in your business. Please remember to know your numbers so you can scale and grow the right way.